very passively early on. Tensky actually peeking with that AUG out, spamming through the smoke, finding some early damage and finding the early frag straight through the smoke, taking down Frey. Nordavind, they want to lock out this banana control, but Fierce aren't going to let it go quietly. Harry's still towards top of banana. The Molotov's just starting to wear off now. That smoke's still buying time for Nordavind as Harry drops the secondary. 5 versus 4 now. 3 rifles. The MAC-10 still there for Alex. Should be able to upgrade onto one of the rifles as Harry's actually just left completely alone towards B here. If Fierce go fast, they could catch him off guard. Pop flash goes over the top for Stanley. Harry has to fall back off this angle. He'll call the rotation as he's forced backwards. Alex upgrades onto the Krieg. And the rotation starts to come in. Hulzerk on that AWP in towards CT. 5 versus 4. 2 Kriegs, 2 AK-47s. Fierce are completely queued up in towards that B-bomb site. It's going to be down to Hulzerk and Harry to lock this one out as the execute starts to come in. Hulzerk on the AWP, holding from Coffin, smoked off. Will just jump over the top, hits the early shot, 5v3. Fierce are trying to make their way in, but the flashes are so good. Harry is buying time as well, just staying alive on the new boxes. They have to swarm him, and they know it. Finally, Alex finds an opening, but he's dinked through the smoke in response. Tries to throw the bomb onto site, 4 versus 3. Alex has to try and escape towards Banana as Eccles executes the AWPer. There are tags to work with here, but it's 3 on 3 for Nordavind to try and get into this site. Construction control isn't good enough as Stanley rips the head off of Tensky. 3v2 for Croman and Rubino to try and get in. There are tags to work with. This is still doable as the pop flashes come out. Croman making his way through. Stanley still alive, still kicking in the pool, still buying so much time. Rubino's executed. Croman out in the open. The team kill comes in, but Fierce will not care. They survive. 4-0 the scoreline. 4-0. Krieg's still up for Eccles and Astro as again Nordavind are going to be forced down onto the half buy. They will not have a lot of cash whatsoever. They should be able to force onto pistol and armor if they choose, and indeed they will. Fair few HEs picked up on the CT side of things. 5 deagles, a few nades, a little bit of armor scattered here and there for Nordavind to try and mount a defense against the full rifles of Fierce Esports. And again, looking for that early control of Banana. The nade lineups coming through, making sure these pistols are nowhere near. Nice little nade there. Doesn't get as much damage onto Astro and Stanley as perhaps it deserves as they take top Banana control. Croman on the peak is just gunned down by Alex. That's the early pick that Fierce would have wanted. Now they can fall back. They have the man advantage. Look to execute into one of these sites as top Banana control taken very strongly by Frey and Stanley. They have that completely locked out. Astro, with the bomb on his back, can commit to either site, and it looks like the stack is coming in. The gamble from Nordavind. They're already rotating the 2 remaining pistols around towards that B-bomb site. Doesn't look like they're going to get anything done as the fake nades are thrown by Frey, and they are going to execute onto A here, Fierce, and they're going to execute onto an empty site. This is going to be very, very simple for Fierce Esports. Slowly clearing out an absolutely vacant A-bomb site. They will get this plant. They will get this round unless a truly miraculous retake comes in from Nordavind. They should hear these nades being rained through. Not really much reason to save here. Harry and Rubino can hold on to the armor, but besides that, I'd like to see Hulzerk and Tensky go for a couple of exits as the bomb will go down 5v4. What did Nordavind do? It looks like they're just going to try and save what they get. Try and keep those deagles into the next round. Keep the armor on those 2 players. A little bit less cash to be invested into the next round. Give themselves something. There will be 5 rifles saved on the Fierce Esports side of things. Currently 5-0 on the T side of Inferno. You cannot ask much more of the UK roster at this point. 5-0. That is not a score to be sniffed at. 4 deagles for Nordavind to try and make something of this next round. They should be able to buy up around this. But with Fierce keeping 5 rifles, that cash flow is only going to increase on the T side of things. They are building themselves up a serious buffer now as Eccles almost ticks over the 10k mark. 5-0. The buy will come in. Rubino and Croman instantly picking up the rifles to support that saved armor. Harry will do the same. It will be the full buy from Nordavind. AWP comes out onto Hulzerk. Tensky, the scoped weapon, has been an absolute favourite of his. He will pick up the AUG once more. Of course, Fierce, they saved 5 rifles. They're on the same guns as last round. Molly goes up into the apartments early on as Eccles tries to push on through. Frey playing the edge of the smoke, gets the opening pick. Tensky wants to refrag, but there's nothing there. Hulzerk's able to find one, but it's 4 on 3. Frey wants to commit to this. He wants to try and find the aggressive pick. Not going to be able to do that, though. Falls back off the angle. The man advantage again there for Fierce Esports. They're 4 versus 3 now. 2 players currently towards this B bomb site for Nordavind. Rubino and Hulzerk, the AWP and the M4. It's just Kroman alone towards A, trying to anchor this one down. Do Fierce just commit to this in a 4 versus 2? Rubino and Hulzerk still have a fair amount of utility as well. They've got smokes, flashes, mollies, HEs, plenty to work with. If they want to try and stall this as long as possible from Fierce, who are just queuing up on Banana here, they're going to line up the nades. The smokes, the molotovs, the flashes, they're going to try and execute straight through this. The smoke will stall for a while. Rubino playing around the edge, can't find anything. Hulzerk's been mollied out. He's on 30 HP, but he hits the collapse. Hulzerk anchoring the site, gets a third. It's all onto Eccles. He will trade it out. Kroman's been bought a little bit of time in a 1 versus 1. Making his way up Banana. Eccles wants to clear in towards CT, but 37 seconds left on the clock. He could actually still just commit straight up to the other bomb site. Kroman knows it. He's not going to commit to the B take just yet. Eccles, he'll hightail it. He's going to get the bomb down on A. 1 versus 1. Can he make this happen, Eccles? Bomb goes down. Kroman, he should hear this isn't the B bomb site, but the longer he waits, the less time he has to try and make this retake happen. He wants the AK-47. I'm not even sure if he commits to this at this point. 1 versus 1. Surely he has to try. Eccles has set himself up in towards the graveyard. Kroman rushing up middle in towards bracket. He's clearing the angles, trying to hold in towards the cubby. Oh, he's actually in the pit. Eccles, he should hear all of this information. He can hear Kroman running about. The execution is in. 6-0 the scoreline. The good old-fashioned UKBM comes in. 6-0. Again, Nordavind are going to be on the half by. You still in here supporting your fellow UK players there, Adam? Once again, the half-by coming out for Nordavind. Deagles. MP9 for Rubino. Scout for Hulzerk to try and find it, but it's 6-0 on the T side of Inferno. Fierce Esports are looking dominant on this map. They have an incredibly good win percentage, 77% on HLTV. Considering how few games they've played on HLTV, that is quite something. Harry, I mean, they haven't got much to work with at all. A nice tag from Hulzerk on that scout makes it a little bit more viable. That means Stanley's going to be a little bit quicker to kill with the pistols, but they're going to need a lot more than that if Nordavind want to get back into this. 5v5 still. Top banana control established by Frey. Astro's just wandering up with the AWP, clearing a lot of real estate in towards this A bomb site, where currently all 3 CT players are stacked towards short. No long presence at all from Nordavind. Utility comes out on the execute. You can see Frey has just snuck his way all the way onto the B bomb site. Actually hits the first shot as well. That's going to draw a rotation almost instantly. Hulzerk makes his way round to B, and you can see Fierce, they know they've drawn the rotation out. It's going to be down to Rubino and Kroman to hold this A bomb site against 4. Ooh, do Nordavind gamble stack this? 40 seconds left on the clock. They might be stacking A. The Molotov from Frey. If he calls this correctly, he can just drag that bomb onto the B bomb site with no issues whatsoever. But for the time being, Alex is making his way out A. As the call come in, the calls come through. Fierce have been saved by Frey there. They were about to walk into that 4-man stack, but instead they will get a free plant on the B bomb site. Eccles is going to lock this one down with 15 seconds left. There's just about enough time for Fierce to get that bomb down on the A bomb site. Eccles with the Krieg will get a couple of free frags here. Just start to farm onto the scout of Hulzerk, the pistol of Harry. 2 remaining players here should be able to find 1 frag at the very least. And indeed, Kroman spamming away on the Deagle will be able to grab himself a Krieg and try and save that one perhaps. Already the hunt from Stanley, but Fierce Esports, they've got to be feeling good so far. 7-0 on the T side of Inferno, and the hunt is coming in. Kroman will be taken down. They are not going to let Nordavind keep anything. The Krieg is gone. The Krieg is out of their hands. Rubino has the MP9, but that is all that Nordavind are going to be allowed to save here. This is absolutely brutal from the UK side as Stanley, he's not even content leaving the MP9 up. 7-0. Nothing saved at all for Nordavind. They will get the bye, but they need to start getting some rounds. We need to start finding some rounds here. Hulzerk has the AWP. There's rifles for his teammates. Of course, Astro's had that AWP in his hands forever, it seems, as Hulzerk not actually going to go for the mid-peak, falling back around, just going to hold long passively. The early CT nades, again, Nordavind look like they want to take control of Banana, but Astro, he's willing to contest round the top of that Molotov, buying himself a little bit of room to maneuver. Harry has the pot flashes. Stanley throws the Molotov to support the AWPer. The smoke just cuts things out a little while longer. This is a nice nade lineup. Finds a good amount of damage onto Tensky as well. Spamming through. Astro not quite going to get the timing on this occasion. But Fierce, again, so methodical. They're taking map control away. Alex and Eccles, they're establishing apartments. The remainder of Fierce take top Banana. So much map for Fierce to work with. And we're not really seeing any kind of a response from Nordavind. They're not getting aggressive. They're not being proactive and trying to find any kind of info. Fierce are just going to group up and absolutely bomb their way onto the B-bomb site here. It is going to be incredibly difficult for Harry and Tensky to hold this down. They do have a Molotov in the hands of Harry to try and stall this attack, and it will be thrown very early on. Tensky able to find one. The trade is instantaneous. Alex gets the double. 4 versus 3. The B-bomb site ripped apart by Fierce, and they look set for an 8th unless this retake can be absolutely stellar. But again, Nordavind, they can't afford to commit. They know they need these rifles. It will be an 8th for Fierce as the save has already been called. Hulzerk, Rubino, and Croman will try to hold on to those rifles. Try to keep our hands on the 2 M4s and the AWP. 4 players left up for Fierce. They get an 8th. They will certainly be heading into the half with a lead here. It's just a question of how many for the UK roster who are looking set to take map 3 and get themselves a place in the quarterfinals. We've already seen Vexed, the UK side, make their way in. Can Fierce do the same? 2 UK rosters in the quarterfinals of ESEA Advanced Season 31 would be absolutely ridiculous. 3 players saving rifles should allow Nordavind to buy up again. We should be able to get a full buy on the cards once more. So some small consolation perhaps for the Norwegian roster, who have been struggling immensely to really get anything going over on the CT side of Inferno. They haven't been taking map control. They haven't been taking aggressions. Astro again on the AWP. He's had that in his hands for so long at this point. The early nades might find a little bit of damage, and indeed they will. Stanley and Frey both tagged up early on. Nordavind, that's a good start. They have got some damage to work off in this round, as we will see Frey and Stanley taking control of top of B. They are taking control of top Banana. They're starting to take a little bit of map away. Again, Fierce, they get uncontested top Banana control. They've got the apartments. Nordavind, they don't have any map to work off. They can't call the fast rotation. It's Tensky and Harry on that B-bomb site once more. This time the bomb actually going to make its way back down towards bottom of mid and start to loop around towards A. Frey just looking for the information. He's been tagged down to 67 by the nades. Do they again commit to this B-bomb site hit, Fierce? You can see Eccles, he's there to cut out the rotations on A. Again, it's just 2 players on this B-bomb site in the form of Tensky and Harry. The rotation is coming in. Hulzerk should be here as the CT smoke comes through. Molotovs and nades to be thrown. Nordavind, they have to hold this one down. Second orange is such a difficult position to clear as Alex makes his way through to the pool. It will be the opening pick for Nordavind. Hulzerk gets a second on the AWP at close range. 5v3. The jump comes in. Tensky gets another. Can Nordavind hold on? Astro is able to refrag for 1 and get the second. It's 3v2 as they're still looking to hit this B-bomb site. They know where Tensky is. Astro with the triple has once again unlocked this B-bomb site. It is a 2 versus 2. The retake has to be attempted. Rubino and Croman, they have to make this round count, but already Eccles is so aggressive into CT. Holding the tree, buying so much time. Rubino's not going to clear him. That's 1. It's all on Croman. 1 versus 2. They know exactly where he is. The AWP will hold it down. Croman gets the first. 1 versus 1. Astro would be on for the quad kill here. Playing around the fountain. Of course he'll get it. The quad kill for Astro single-handedly wins the round for Fierce. 9-0. Nordavind have no answer. How do they keep on doing this, Fierce? 9-0 the scoreline. What a performance from Astro. Someone clip that and stick it on Reddit right fucking now. Astro's got the AWP and he is on fire. The Deagles. Hulzerk's going to force up. He is clearly somewhat triggered by the previous round. He's got the AWP. No armor. Deagles for his teammates. A 5-7 for Harry. But again, what can you do here if you're Nordavind? That round was yours to win. 5v3. And Astro goes absolutely clutch. The early nades finding no real damage. Rubino and Croman on this A-bomb site look like they are going to be tested to the very limits. It's a couple of Deagles in pit and mini pit. It's a nice setup, but it's going to be very difficult to find any real kind of damage. As the execute comes in, Fierce, full utility. They're just going to push straight on through. Croman and Rubino, they have to go huge here. Hulzerk has the AWP, but he's on the wrong site for this hit. It's going to be down to the Deagles. He may choose to rotate. He may just choose to hold onto that AWP if this A-bomb site gets rolled over like we've seen so many times. It's not going to commit just yet. They're waiting for the timing. They're waiting for their moment. Still so much utility for this T side to just execute their way through. Croman in the apartments has to hit this early shot. He's been spotted out. Alex will find him. Rubino alone on the site will find one from the cubby in the corner, but the trade is instantaneous. And again, there is nothing Nordavind can do. Fierce will get their double digits uncontested. The save has already been called. Hulzerk, he needs to keep his hands on that AWP. Tensky and Harry, they want to keep their armor up. They want to give themselves a situation where they can buy strongly into the next round. They know they need everything they can get. This is so impressive from Fierce over on the T side of Inferno. We are on map 3 and Fierce are ready to take the series. Fierce are ready to be done with this game. 10-0, the scoreline will read. 4 rifles kept up by the T side. Their economy is absolutely stacked at this point. Of course, Nordavind on the absolute maximum loss bonus will be able to get a very strong buy-in, but it hasn't been enough so far. Fierce have got double digits uncontested, and they have got to be feeling good. For the first time on the CT half, we will see Nordavind picking up those double AWPs. We will see them trying to get something going. Hulzerk and Rubino on the double AWPs. Org for Tensky. Couple of M4s picked up in the background, but can they stop Fierce? The individual skill is just shining through in map 3. It's going to be a heavy nade stack of banana early on from the CT side. 4 players there as we will see Nordavind looking to perhaps maintain control of a portion of the map for the first time over on this CT side of things. Pop flashes to allow Harry and Croman in. Actually blind the CT players as well. That's really unfortunate. Pop flashes blinding absolutely everyone. Through the smoke they go. Croman gets the first. The damage is being done through the smoke. Croman's on the double. Harry gets the third. Finally, Nordavind are making something happen. A couple of very heavy tags, but they've got the bomb down in banana. Damage through the smoke. They're getting so many tags. 3 players tagged very low over on the Nordavind side of things, but the bomb is down for Fierce. 5v2. This is going to be very awkward for this T side. Fierce look like they may have finally found their match in Nordavind in this round. Finally, they may have found a resistant. It's Eccles and Alex spamming through the edge of the smoke. An absolutely retarded angle by the auto director. But there you have it. Eccles left last man on the server. 1 versus 5. Can he get anything done? There's so many tags to work with, but spamming through the smoke, he will finally find an opening pick. 3 players are tagged low here. Eccles would have to do a 1v5 if he's to stand any chance. Why are we going third person? Hulzerk gets it! Nordavind will have the first round. The auto director just wanted to ruin that one for us. Eccles unable to pull off the 1v5. The tags will allow the survival of Nordavind. They will get their first round on the board. We will not see a 16-0 here today. But the money is so built up. Fierce are going to have such a strong full buy. Yet again, they've got everything once more. Of course, Nordavind kept 4 players up, so they've got full rifles. But look at their economy. They are not established at all. It's going to be Tensky and Harry with the utility to take control of banana early on. Astro trying to contest. Forced off by the Molotovs. The nades, they're trying to take banana. Astro's still here with the AWP as Harry looks to get aggressive. The support is here. They're finding the frags again. Frey and Astro, one apiece. Astro with the double. The B-bomb site is completely open again. The AWP is doing so much work for Fierce as Frey lines up the CT smokes. So many players down. There's a disconnect from Nordavind. It's down to Rubino and Croman. That AWP going straight through the Molotov. He will find the first, but now his position is known and he is very much outnumbered. The P250 comes out. Croman has taken down the lurk, but it's 3 versus 1. And he's got a flank to worry about. Astro still alive, still kicking. Croman trying to go through the smoke. He's trying to pull off the impossible. 11-1, the scoreline as the rage quit has come in from Nordavind. Expect to see the force. Hulzerk will rejoin the server at 11-1. But what a performance on the T side of Inferno from Fierce. What a game they have made this. The MP9 comes out for Harry. There will be rifles to work out for Nordavind, but can they even find the frags? Fierce have just been outplaying them. Nice nades to take Frey down to 5 HP early on. Could this be what Nordavind need? They found a nice tag early on. Hulzerk is on the angle towards long. That pot flash will force him back off of things. He's actually just holding passively. Gets spotted out. Can't quite hit the shot. 11-1 the scoreline. The nades not finding purchase this time for the CT side of Nordavind. Fierce playing a little bit more passively here. The nades have done a lot of damage onto Frey, who picks up the AWP. Dropped across from Astro. 5v5 still the case, although there's significant damage on the T side of things. Croman's still in the pit as Eccles is trying to creep his way through the apartments. It looks like Fierce are setting themselves up for an A hit as it stands. Hulzerk, Rubino and Croman currently in towards that A bomb site as the nades start to come through. Going to take some serious shots from Fierce. This is a much stiffer resistance. There's heavy tags to work with as well over on the Nordavind side of things. They've got the damage onto Frey to try and make this one work. Rubino, Hulzerk and Croman to hold down the A bomb site as the nades go over the top. Can they find their shots? Croman's still alive in the pit as Hulzerk gets the entry. The spam is good. 3, 4 frags go the way of Nordavind. Astro can only find one. They will get a second on the board as the recovery has to start now for Nordavind. The Norwegian side have to find so much more. 11-2 currently the scoreline. And Fierce will be looking to make it 13 at the end of the half. That would be absolutely ridiculous. This is so impressive from the UK roster. They are looking utterly dominant over on the T side of things. 2 Kriegs, the AWP, couple of AKs, so much cash built up. They can buy everything they want as the early nades come through. Astro again taking that top banana control. Nordavind, they did win the round, but their cash still isn't great. Rubino saved the Krieg. They haven't got too much utility, and Fierce are starting to bleed it out very early on in the proceedings as Eccles catches Hulzerk, trying to find the opening pick for his team. Nothing doing. Simple CS for the Fierce esports side of things, and now it's a 2-2 split on the sites. This is going to be very difficult for Nordavind to hold the bomb all the way back in spawn as Frey and Stanley look to make a bit of an execute happen in towards B. What a nade to open things up as well. Harry down to half. He's stuck on the MP9 behind that smoke, creeping his way out onto the site. It looks like Fierce will instead turn their attention towards the A-bomb site. The rotation, oh, that is such terrible timing. Tensky's making his way into CT. The utility is baiting him out. It's going to be all on Croman alone on the A-bomb site as Fierce look to line up the execute. 50 seconds come and go. They've still got time. The smokes will come out. It's all on Croman here. 5 versus 1 for the X-Phase stand-in to try and lock down this A-bomb site. Tensky is coming in on the rotate, but will it be too little too late? Croman is completely isolated, hiding out on this A-bomb site. He will find the opener. The trade is instantaneous, though. 4 on 3 now. This A-bomb site is completely open for business, and Nordavind again call the save. They've done it. They've called it. They are going to concede a 12th round to Fierce Esports. It will be 12-2 as we go into the last round of this first half. What a performance from the UK roster. Fierce looking so impressive. The 3 rifles will allow Nordavind to get one last buy as we go into that last round of the half. One last buy for the CT side. One last chance at redemption before they head onto their T half. And I mean, if this T side from Fierce is anything to go by, they are going to be just as impressive. They will need, at most now, 4 rounds to finish this game, to take this series 2-1, and to head to the quarterfinals of ESEA Advanced Season 31 playoffs. The bye will be in for Nordavind. It's still not going to be great. Look at how many rifles are being dropped on the 4 by Fierce. So much cash in the bank for the T side. 2 Kriegs, the AWP, 2 AKs, full utility. There's an MP9 picked up by Harry. He has struggled so hard to get into this game. As again, the early nades are going to go down banana. Finding not much purchase. Astro single-handedly has owned that banana area so many times. And again, he's taking top banana control away from the CT side. Nordavind have not had an answer to his AWP. He has looked so impressive in this series. Top banana is completely opened up by Fierce. And now they can just choose their execute. Nades go towards top of mid. Not finding much purchase for the time being for Fierce as they queue up towards this B-bomb site. It's Tensky and Harry. They've got a couple of rifles to work with. If Fierce look to just barrel on in, they are going to have a very awkward time. But for the time being, Fierce slow things down. They want to find an opening pick somewhere on this map as Croman goes hunting for information. Pop flash from Rubino will clear out the apartments. The bomb's still committed towards the bottom of Banana, but the rotation has come in. Hulzerk, after the information is called, they're going to make their way back in towards the 8B bomb site. But that's another misread. Fierce are playing these late rounds so efficiently. 45 seconds left on the clock. They will commit to the hit. They're going to go towards A. It's down to Croman and Rubino. Croman on the spray gets the first. He's bought a little bit of time. The nades are doing work as well. Eccles out in the open will be his second frag. The Molotovs are making it possible. Croman's got the triple from the apartments. Frey and Stanley completely locked out of this A bomb site. Nordavind looking set for the third. Frey manages to find one. He's keeping Hulzerk on his toes as well. He knows Rubino plays tight on the angle. Frey gets a second. Finally, Hulzerk trades it out. It is all on to Stanley. 1 versus 2 as he finds the initial frag. He's got the bomb in his hands. 15 seconds. He's going to stick this plant. Harry and Tensky, an MP9 and an M4 on this retake. Stanley on just 31 points of health. He has to hit so many headshots here. He has to be perfect. Sneaking towards the cubby, trying to play the smoke. Harry currently is watching it. Oh, this is all about the timing. When that smoke fades, can Stanley find the opening? Spamming through the smoke. The damage is there. Stanley completely alone. The spam will work out. Harry jumps on Stanley's head. Finds the round. 12-3 will be the score at the half, leaving Fierce just 4 rounds away from taking this quarterfinal. Can Nordavind do this? They will need the pistol. It is an absolute necessity at this point if they are to stand a chance over on the T side of Inferno. The second map was so close, a narrow victory over on the Fierce side of things. Nordavind looked so dominant on Overpass, but Inferno has been let through, and it looks like a mistake from Nordavind. 12-3 the scoreline. If this pistol goes the way of Fierce, it is all over here and now. Smoke for Rubino, picking up some utility to try and enable his teammates in on the peaks. Tensky the same. It's the defuse and a smoke kit for Eccles. It's the defuse and a smoke kit. It's a defuse kit and a smoke jack. There we go. We'll work out how to say the things at some point. Can they hold this one down again? The actual double peek into mid, and they're going to take... Ooh, looking for the peek into second mid. Not finding anything for the time being. Astro wants to be proactive, wants to be aggressive, and that's understandable at this point. You've been so good so far in this series. Why not try and find that opening pick? Nordavind fairly spread across the map at the moment, just looking for information before they decide the eventual execute. Stalling in towards Banana at the moment, the pistols of Nordavind. Plenty of utility to line up this execute, and it looks like they may choose to hit the B-bomb site. Fierce have retake potential with the defuse kit on Eccles. He's going to drop that if he falls on the B-bomb site. That will make the retake viable as they are going to queue up. It's going to be down to Eccles and Frey on the B-bomb site. They have both stepped up massively for Fierce here in map 3. Can they do it again as this hit starts to come in? 55 seconds left on the clock. The utility is being lined up. The smokes go over the top. The nades come through. The rotation will have to be incredibly quick. Frey up on the boost. Could get so much done here. He finds the first. Eccles gets one. Frey finds a second. This push is being decimated through the edge of the smoke. Frey wants more, but it's 5-on-2 as the bomb looks to get planted and looking for the smoke push. Frey not going to commit to it. He knows there's such an advantage for his team here. 5-on-2. There's still a smoke on Eccles. He locks off Banana. Croman isolated on this site. Has to try and find some serious frags. Gets the first. He's buying time. The dink. The second. The third. It's all onto Croman. He can't quite do it. Fierce will stick the defuse. Alex has made it happen. 12-3 becomes 13 as Fierce are just 3 rounds away from making this happen. They secure the pistol round, and this is not looking good at all for Nordavind. The pause finally is called. That pause should have come in several hours ago, but Fierce will be able to get a buy, an incredibly strong buy at that as well. MP9s for Eccles, Frey, Stanley. Astro picks up the M4, of course he does. What do Nordavind do here? They're on the T side. They are 13-3 down. Kroman has tried to carry his team so hard. He's the only one with a positive KD. He's got 275 ADR. That's just in this half, bear in mind. So that's pistol ADR. But it's not enough. They will be forcing Mac 10s, the AK for Kroman, the Deagle for Hulzerk. Can they make anything happen with it? They need to find an execute somewhere. Holding the T-ramp early on. Eccles and Frey want to get aggressive. The Molotov will keep them back a little while, though. As now Nordavind, they've waited out the early utility. Now they will start to take that map control away towards Banana. Frey gets the information, jump peeking the angle. He has the utility as well to stall this push. All 5 players currently for Nordavind are up Banana. They are committed to this hit. Shoulder peek in the angle. Eccles drops the smoke. That's to buy a little bit of time as this execute comes through. They know they're pushing straight through this. The Molotov is going to do so much damage. Stanley gets the first. Burning alive. Harry finds the trade. There are tags to work with on the Nordavind side of things, but they will get this bomb down just about over the top on the boost. Finding so much damage. Eccles is taken down by Rubino. Now a 4 versus 3 as Astro's down to 19 through the smoke. This could be it for Nordavind. This could be the chance they need. Smoke off the CT area. They are locking the CT side out of this retake. Do they even commit to this? I think the save has been called by Fierce. They are more than happy to give up a 4th round. They know they are only 3 away. They know Nordavind will need 12 on the trot. Stanley just left alone. No defuse kit to try and do what he can on the exit. They'll try and use those SMGs to find some damage, to find some finishing damage, but nothing to be found. Nordavind will keep 4 alive. They will keep 3 Mac 10s and an AK-47 in the field of play. The save will allow Fierce to get a little bit of a buy. There's not going to be a lot to work with, however. Looks like they are actually going to commit to the force here, the CT side. Stanley's brought up, so has Alex. It'll be 2 MP9s, an M4, a CZ, and a Deagle. Fierce, they want to end this, and they want to do it now. There's 2 AKs and 3 Mac 10s over on the the T side of things, excuse me. As Eccles will be forced off by the utility. Early execute in towards Bracket coming out from Nordavind. They're taking that map control away from the CT side, much like we saw Fierce doing. There's a nice little crossfire setup between Astro and Stanley. He just baits for the cubby control for that MP9 as Nordavind are going to walk right into this. The smoke comes out. The M4 is there, and Nordavind are going to just back off of it off that. They're not going to commit to this long hit just yet. The Deagle of Alex up close and personal, but the frags are coming through. Stanley with 2 before he's traded. It's 3 on 3. The M4 of Astro is down. Alex, close range, can't get it done with the Deagle. Frey and Eccles have got a hell of a job to do here. 3 versus 2. They're going to have to try and make this retake happen if they want to commit. It looks like Frey is already out of this. There's 2 AKs and a Mac 10 still up on the Nordavind side of things. This is going to be an almost impossible retake, but if you fully force, surely you have to try. Eccles might be able to grab an M4 as well. He sees it on the ground. That might actually encourage the save at this point. There's a defuse kit on Eccles, but time is not the friends of Fierce. And ooh, Frey's just spotted out. Drops the smoke to allow himself to escape. Trying to keep his hands on that MP9. He knows his team full force behind it. The Mac 10 of Tensky is going hunting. He wants to find another frag. He's going to walk right into the crosshairs. Frey will get one more. The 2 AKs of Hulzerk and Kroman will stay alive. Nordavind will grab themselves a 5th. But Fierce, you can tell, they are playing very cautious Counter-Strike. They know they only need 3 more rounds. There is no reason for them to commit to reckless retakes. They're just going to hold off, wait for their moment to strike, and when the time comes, take it. 13-5, the scoreline. Full buy is very much on the cards for Nordavind. They have 5 rifles. Eco coming out for Fierce. They've got a couple of saves, the M4, the SMG. Alex grabs the CZ of Eccles. There's not a lot to work with, but Fierce have been so good at converting frags in the previous rounds. It wouldn't surprise me if they pull off something miraculous here. Stanley and Astro stuck on those default pistols, trying to wait for the rifle buys as the early nades come towards top Banana from Nordavind. Trying to make the impossible comeback a reality here. Taking that top Banana control, they have a little bit of map to work with. Frey, shoulder peeking the angle, only has an MP9 to work with. Can't really commit to this too aggressively as Nordavind. They're just going to barrel straight on in towards this B bomb site. Eccles is here with the M4. Frey is here with the MP9. All of the firepower of Fierce is right where they want it as this execute looks to come in from Nordavind. Smokes the nades. Frey will throw what little he has and try to buy some time. The pot flashes come through. He swings right on the angle, currently playing around that pool area. Eccles has the M4 as well. This could be lethal. MP9 of Frey gets the first. The trade is out and the M4 can do nothing. The Molotov will claim the frag to a 3-on-3. But there's just 2 default pistols and a CZ left in the field of play. Tensky over the top of this smoke will grab the first onto Stanley, and this round is all but done. Nordavind meticulous. A couple of frags go the way of Fierce, and at the very least they are keeping the economy honest over on the T side of things. Nordavind are not being allowed to escape these rounds unharmed, but they look set to secure a 6th. Astro just looking for any more exit damage. He should be able to grab himself an MP9 here. That's a nice pickup. Can perhaps find some more frags on the exit of this round. Playing around the edges of that smoke. Alex with the CZ up close and personal will find one. The time is not there as Hulzak executes the teammate. Astro actually brings it back to a 1v1. He could do so much damage here and he looks for it. He'll find Tensky without the kit. He can't clutch the round. But so much damage done by Fierce with nothing to work with. Nordavind will get a 6th, but at what cost? The buy will very much be in for Fierce here. They will get everything they could ever want for Christmas. 13-6, the scoreline. 3 more rounds for the UK side to make their place in the ESEA Advanced Season 31 quarterfinals. The buy is in. 3 Kriegs and 2 AKs for Nordavind. They are fully invested. Astro has his favoured AWP as it is going to be a heavy banana play early on from the Fierce boys. So much utility being thrown. And you can see the reaction almost instantaneously. They're trying to isolate Stanley here, Nordavind. They know he's alone on that A-bomb site by the number of nades that have been thrown. So they're going to try and isolate him. He falls back into the site. He's allowing Astro and Alex in on this rotation. The Molotov does a little bit of damage, but Stanley on this site has to do so much. He can't get anything done. Alex through the smoke finds the refrag to make it 4-on-4. But they are locked out, Fierce. If they want to try this, it's a 4 versus 4 retake of the A-bomb site as the bomb goes down. Do they save again? They do. They call it instantly. They're not in the B-bomb site. They don't want to commit. They don't have the cash. Nordavind have a 7th. They are now just 6 rounds behind. Surely not. Surely this isn't possible. How are Nordavind making this work? They are finding rounds that they absolutely shouldn't. 4 rifles saved from Fierce will allow them to buy into the next round. They, of course, know that they only need 3 more rounds to finish this off. So they're happy to keep those 4 rifles alive. It's allowing Nordavind, though, look at their economy. They fully invested into the previous round after the half eco does so much damage for Fierce. But now they've got 4 rifles again. They start to build themselves up a buffer of cash. 13-7 the scoreline. Fierce know they only need 3 more rounds, but at the moment they're struggling to get them. They got the pistol, but that was all they've achieved so far. 13-7 the scoreline. The buy will be in, of course. Those 4 saved rifles propping it up, but Fierce need rounds. They need to start making their CT side work. Can they find them? Three Kriegs, 2 AKs. The full buy is in for Fierce. They have the AWP, they have the M4s. Who can find this round? It's starting to swing back to Nordavind here on the T side. Can Astro be the tank? Can he do the damage with the AWP? Currently playing with it out towards long as Nordavind, again, they're going to take that early banana control. It's starting to swing. You can feel the momentum of this match going the way of Nordavind as Rubino tanks the early nade. Playing very simple CS, but doing it very effectively as they are going to take control of top of banana. Croman just clearing the map, making it a little bit difficult for the CTs to rotate. Croman has top banana control. The bomb not committed to anything at the bottom of mid. What a comeback this would be if Nordavind can pull it off, and it has to start here. The rifles are up for Fierce. If they can dispatch of this round, things are going to get very, very awkward for Fierce. Smoke towards CT. They're trying to get someone up on the boost here. Fierce the Molotov from Frey, though. They can't see if the push is coming. They can't commit. The bomb still all the way back at the T ramp, and it looks like it's going to head towards A. Astro almost committed to the B rotate. Just falls back. Stanley and Alex currently on the site. Astro is on the fast rotation. He can support if need be. Where do Nordavind commit to here? Oh, Astro, he's rotated off. This CT cool. The Molotov will buy time for Fierce. It will give them time to rotate back in. You can see Frey hightailing it, but they need to find some frags. It has to be Stanley and it has to be Alex. They have to hit their shots here as Nordavind start their execute. Up towards short they head. It's Stanley in the corner. He gets the spray. He gets the first. And now Fierce start to accelerate. Croman can only get one. The trades are coming through. Tensky gets the double. But on 10 HP, he's 1 versus 2. The missed shot from Astro might just gift him the bomb plant. But on the second attempt, Fierce will get a 14th. Finally, the CT side starts to click for Fierce Esports. With 2 players left alive, they are now 2 rounds away. 2 more rounds for the UK roster. The pause comes in. Nordavind are in a position where they can buy if they so choose. They can get a fairly strong buy on the cards without too many issues. But if they lose it, they will be in an awful position. Their loss bonus is not there. They do not have the money to make this work. If this goes south, it could be it for the Norwegian side of things. 14-7 the scoreline. Fierce looked so good on their T side. Nordavind just started to swing the momentum, but now Fierce have a chance to cut it at the root. Can Nordavind pull off the impossible, or is this the end for them as Fierce Esports? 2 more rounds are all they need. The saved Krieg on Eccles. Astro again with the AWP. It's the Mac 10 for Rubino. Not the best buy in the world. 4 rifles to support it, however. You can just go looking for the information early on, as again it looks like Banana Take going to come through from Fierce to start things off. The mollies, the nades. Nordavind locked out of Banana for the time being, using a lot of that early utility to try and force back the CT side. Astro's been left alone towards B at the moment, currently on the corner, just playing for the information as the rotation is towards A, and that's a missed call. The pop flash is going to force Astro off this. He has to fall back, and there's so much presence for Nordavind. He's completely alone. The Molotov will buy time, but still, nobody rotates. Astro is going to have to go absolutely huge here if Fierce want a chance in this round. They've got 4 players towards the A-bomb site. Astro is sneaking up and right into the mouth of Nordavind. All 4 of their 5 players are there. The 5th is already making his way. Astro, how long can you hold this down, my man? Nordavind are setting themselves up. 54 seconds left. The rotations are finally starting to come through. Astro hits the collat. He gets 2. Could this be it? There's plenty of presence now as Nordavind look to swarm. Frey gets 1 through the smoke. Croman is able to refrag as he starts to clear through the second oranges. He's got Astro in that smoke. 3 versus 2. There's half a chance for the T side, but the damage is being done through the smoke. Stanley gets Tensky down to 11. The trade 1 for 1. It's all on Croman again. This would be his ace 1v2. He can't do it. It is map and series point to Fierce. Astro goes absolutely huge for his team, and the money is dead for Nordavind. The Auto Observer doesn't want to stick on Astro for some reason. My sincerest apologies, chat, but what can you do? The pause comes in again for Nordavind. What can they do here? 1 more round for Fierce to make their way through to the quarterfinals. 1 more round. They'll know this. They know how close they are. Hozek is on 4 kills. This is so awkward for Nordavind. They looked so promising on overpass. Nuke was incredibly close. This is a demolition. The buy will come in. The force from Nordavind is nothing spectacular. Pistols, a Mac 10, a UMP for Croman. Not a lot to find the frags they need. Astro has the AWP, of course. The MP9 for Frey. Rifles for the rest of the team. What can Nordavind do with this menagerie of a half by the early aggression coming in towards Banana from the CT side? The nades, the smoke will give away some presence at the very least. Nades doing good damage. Croman down to 26. That is such a nice lineup from Fierce to find some early damage onto one of the players with the most firepower for Nordavind. Still a 5-on-5, but there's significant tags over on the T side of things. Croman on 26 HP as now they want to try and take that Banana control. Eccles has a pot flash for Frey here to try and allow him to peek out of the sandbags. 3 players queuing up towards Banana. It looks like Nordavind are going to straight hit this B-bomb site. Do they really have much of a choice? They're going to swing. Frey is there with the MP9. He swings wide. He gets the first. He's buying time. The trade is there from Croman. Eccles needs support now. He's only got this M4. He'll find the first. Croman low HP is an easy find. Finally, Hulzerk trades, but it's a 3-on-2 as this bomb goes down. A UMP and an MP9 found. They will be able to recover 1 rifle at the very least. Hulzerk has got himself an M4. It's 3 versus 2 on this retake. Can Nordavind hold things off? Tensky on top of the coffins. Hulzerk playing towards dark. There's not a lot of utility left for Fierce. Could that be the opportunity that Nordavind need? The pot flash for Tensky to go through the smoke doesn't work out. Alex takes him down. It's all on Hulzerk. Fully blinded. Fierce Esports have done it. They have booked themselves a place in the quarterfinals of ESEA Advanced Season 31. Congratulations to them.